Good morning. Good morning. Collapsing dog. This is my standard morning look. Yes, this is our standard morning behaviour. Now, standard morning weigh-in. .173 points, that's my lowest ever in this cut so far. 173 points, I'm going to do it again to make sure.
Well, I think it's accurate.
173.2. New low weigh-in for this cut, and this is a full day of eating. Just abdominals everywhere. So since you all enjoyed the previous last day of full eating video, we're going to do it again, but we're going to do it, well, there's nothing going to be abnormal about it, we're going to do it in the normal way, but what I want you to, oh my god, wake up. But what I want you to focus on is the fact that we're going to be doing this most of the day with real food that you can pick up anywhere or make real meals. This is not going to be chicken and broccoli as it wasn't the time before. Okay, so update on my macros. My macros are currently sat at 200 to 220 protein, 250 down to 230 carbohydrates, depending on whether I'm an active or an inactive day, because some days I can be super sedentary. If I've got a lot of computer work to do, then I class that as a low activity day, and I will pull my numbers down just a touch, mainly because we have a timescale, body power. Lainey and I will be there before you're all asking. Sorry, no, we're not at FIBO. Right now, I'm gonna go through my little routine in the morning. My Fitness Pal, which is this little blue one here. This is my chosen app for tracking my food because it has the biggest database. It's constantly updated, it has the barcode scanner on there, and it makes life super easy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Falling over. Dog bowls everywhere. I got some samples through for sunglasses that I want to start doing. What do you think? What do you think? Right, ready? Pair one. It's like a tortoise shell with the go by. You have to excuse my morning hair, but what do you reckon? Pair one. Retro pair two. I just think they're awesome. You ready for this? This is one of my favourites. Pair three. What do you reckon? I think they're fucking fun. These are bamboo as well. Plus, super lightweight. What do you think? What do you reckon? 1, 2, 3, all of them? Let me know. As well, the jeans pretty much launched on the Desire website and sold out. And a lot of you are emailing our accounts and me and everything saying, Lex, you've run out of them already. What the fuck? Waiting for ages. Restock's coming. Doing a restock. Literally on the phone to him today to restock them. We also have the washed black ones coming in, which are like subtly distressed, but they're washed black. They're going to be beautiful. They're going to be launching very soon. More coming. Plus some new styles. Thank you, you bunch of crazy bastards. So for those of you that follow my Snapchat, you will recognise this, which I'm a Brit. I like my brews, and no matter what I've got to do, my tea is never leaving my diet. It's my diet staple. To make sure I can always have them in the way I like them, I will use real sugar. Now I use a raw, hang on, you actually bounced on it, so give me a sec. Raw brown sugar. So in here we have a teaspoon of the raw brown sugar, which rocks in at around about 4 or 5 grams. I always just log it as 5 grams. So what you want to do, if you use something on a regular basis, weigh it as an average, and then just log that every time. Just make sure it looks the same. It's portion control, that's all it is. Then I use this. Now I don't know if you have this in America, but in England, guys, if you haven't tried it, give it a go. Bob milk. Skimmed value milk with the taste of semi-skimmed milk, which means it makes things taste creamy. So it's good for your porridge, it's good for your tea, it's good for your shakes, and it's not killing your macros. Per 100 ml fat, 0.4. Skimmed is 0.1. Carbohydrates, 4.9, which is a standard, same as skimmed milk. And then obviously you have your protein content, 4.5, not a bad added bonus. Bob. Oh, it just makes all mornings better. On the app, if none of you have seen My Fitness Pal, this is your interface here. This is where you look at your diary for the day. This is where you add your food. This is a slow way of doing it. What you actually do is go onto the day, go onto your meal and just click add food. way freaking quicker. You have a recents list, a frequents list, foods that you can create like meals. So this is a very effective tool that you can create. So like Lainey makes a cottage pie, so she puts in all the ingredients, logs it as a set weight for portion control, and then she can make that, and as long as she standardizes her ingredients, it's all good. So for the brews, you can see, look, 5 grams brown sugar, yes, we add that, simple quick add. Then the best of both, there it is. Now for teas, I did measure and weigh my tea, and it comes in around about 40 ml each time. If you have a serving size of 100 ml, like you see here, so 100 ml serving size, just put 0.4, that means 40 ml. Or if this confuses you, don't like decimals, you can change the serving sizes to 1 ml, and then obviously you would just put in the amount you've had, number of servings of 1 ml or 40, because 40 ml, yeah, makes sense? Bam. And that is what I'll use as a standardized add for my brews, and then add those to him. There we go, that's my first log of the day. Okay, so let's talk about breakfast. You are going to need a set of weighing scales. A lot of you asking what I'm using. These are the simplest version of the Salter scales that you can get, and for me, the best. Simpler the better. When you get more complicated with scales, they can break. These don't have any weird little feet on them. They rely completely on the entire base of the scale as being the kind of compression point. Ones that rely on the little feet being the compression points. If any of the feet get fucked up, the pads come off or anything like that, your scales become shitty. That's my recommendation. Those sort of things. It says that on the back. I don't know if that helps. They shouldn't be more than like 10 pounds. Okay, so breakfast, I tend to go for a moderate carb, higher protein, and pretty low fat breakfast option. And what I'll do then is have a fattier intake after breakfast, say an hour and a half or so later. Just for me, that's the way I like to do it. You can obviously go higher fat, lower carb in the morning. It really doesn't make too much difference. Rolled oats, frozen or fresh raspberries, whey protein powder of your choice. The raspberries, plus chocolate peanut butter protein powder, peanut butter and jelly oats. 40 grams of the oats, 1 scoop of the protein powder, mix. So at this point it's your choice. If you're super low carb, you can put water in with your porridge. I'm going to put Bob plus around about 50 ml of water, depending on the consistency. If there's a real trouble of the way your microwave works, whatever, you can put the whey in after you've cooked the porridge. You just have to put it in little by little and stir it in, but it will 100% make it go thinner if you do it that way. Putting the porridge in whilst you're cooking it helps create that thicker, nicer porridge, but you've got to be careful not to end up making like a porridge protein cake. I'm going to go 100 ml plus 25-50 ml water. Only 1 minute at a time. Take it out, stir. Should take around 2 minutes. I like to take it out piping hot, drop the frozen raspberries into it, give them a mix around. That way it stops them breaking down completely and leaves them with the raspberry lumps. If you want to break them down completely and mix them through, cook them in with the porridge or use fresh raspberries and put them in when it comes out piping hot. 1 minute down, and you can see the porridge is cooking towards the edges, so I need to stir that in. If I leave that in, that would just basically form a protein cake. Stick with using the fork, work from the edges, just break it back down and in, because the protein cooks like anything, and when it cooks, it binds. All broken in back down from the edges, but you can see that is now pretty much a decent consistency for eating. I'm going to put that back in for 30 seconds, so that's 1.5 minutes in total. Okay, raspberries are great for a couple of reasons. One, they taste awesome. You can also use strawberries, but per 100 grams, carbohydrates, 4.6. 4.6. Do you know how much 100 grams is? 101 beautiful frozen raspberries, and that is my peanut butter jelly protein porridge. But you could put the frozen berries in on that secondary cook through. So you take it out, remix it, put your berries in at that point, then cook it for a further 30 seconds to 1 minute until you're happy. The hot and the cold for me, I love it. And it is the perfect start to a morning. Macros on the screen now. Oh, hello there. Why am I looking so French? Because I'm about to go out on my bike and have a ride, and this roll neck provides me with a little bit of neck warmth. Had my breakfast, all set, relatively acceptable. Gonna go meet my buddy, have a bit of a ride out to take advantage of the weather and the fact that it's not raining. Yes. Then on with the day. We are no longer sponsored by the colour grey.
Your bum isn't exposed.
For this portion of the video, I've refused to talk unless I'm being massaged continually. So as I was out riding, all I had was, I was behaved. We went to a coffee place like we always do. We ride 50 miles for a brew. So I had a cappuccino, semi-skimmed. I always ask what the milk is, and that was it. I didn't have any cakes, nothing, because I behaved. So all I do is I log that as 180 ml of milk, because I know that's what goes into a cappuccino. Because I used to make them. Because I used to own a cake shop. Some of you probably don't know that. And now I'm going back to being massaged, and we will then have another meal. 2 of it. So feeling pretty damn loose now. We've kind of massaged them. Kind of get that done once every week or two, because it's with the amount of things when you're training constantly all the time, when you go through a lot of the travel and things that we've done, it is really, really beneficial to get yourself worked out. If you have anything going on like shoulder problems, aching backs, tight backs like that, not in the middle of your back, go see a sports masseuse, go see a good masseuse and get it worked out. You will feel 100 times better, but you do have to stay on top of it and be consistent. So anyway, I've been out today, so I've had a decent-ish breakfast. I went and had that cappuccino, I behaved. We went to like a little town, so there wasn't really going to be anything mainstream there, so that's why I only had the coffee. But I would often have the soup, and then all I would do is, if I had the soup and bread, I mean, I'm pretty good at guesstimating now what things were, but what I would have had would have been, choice would have been the soup with bread, and then I would have logged the soup as like a cream of whatever. I always log worst case scenarios of things if I eat outside of the house. Now I'm back in, I'm gonna have a quick man meal. This is a man meal, which means lazy and simple. Sweet potato mash, ready to go. This isn't like some super long lasting mash. It really actually goes off quite quickly because there's not a lot of crap in it, but it's low carb. This is amazing for when you're on a diet. Per 100 grams, this sweet potato mash, 9.4 carbs. 9.4. Compare that to 21 plus with normal potato. Yeah, whole milk, potato, sweet potato, black pepper. That's it. 200 grams of that, which is only 19 grams of carbs. What I'm going to do is take some of this lean cut, it's like a cured ham. So this isn't like the horrible mashed up stuff. This is freshly sliced, like you can see, it's like deli cuts of ham. So you can get pre-packaged things that aren't full of these horrible preservatives. So just get the stuff, like if it looks like it only lasts like 5 or 6 days, it's pretty decent. It means it's not full of crap. 150 gram packet of that with 200 grams of this, torn up, shredded in, and then that's pretty much it. And I'll follow that up with one of these. Now these are great. These are the Super Tasties by Yoplait. And this, 7.8 grams of protein, no fat and 4 carbs, and it is the creamiest tasting fruity deliciousness. It is, however, made with sweeteners. So if you are limiting your sweetener intake, which you should be, so like if you're drinking the Diet Cokes and things like that, probably don't want to be adding these in on top. I don't drink a lot of the sweetener stuff, so this would be my sweetener level. So that's it. Nuke, nuke, spoon, eat. So there you go, lean cut ham, all shredded up and in the bowl ready to go. Sweet potatoes have got on top of that. Mixy, 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 eaty, eaty, eaty. If you're worried about having the salt content of the ham, because obviously it's naturally quite a salty meat, if you're probably hydrated, the body will balance. So while that's getting ready over there in the microwave, making sure that you're logging your food, get in the habit of logging as you go. Very easy. Scan, job done, super easy. Same with potato. So this is the perfect lazy man's meal. Total cost of the meal, probably around about £3. The same as a shitty sandwich. Bang on 200 grams of the sweet potato mash, 150 grams of the lean cut sliced ham. It's all pre-peppered, tastes good, easy peasy. Man meal. Bam. So easy to eat, so easily done. So we still have the Fruity Tutti Yoplait Super Duper Super Protein Super Tasty Yogurt. So it feels like now you had your meal and you get a pudding. Always a winner. Next up, I'm handing over to the Bobster. It's going down, Bobster.
Making fajitas. Fajita bowls.
So like Chipotle a bit better?
Yeah.
And what's going in it? So we've got chicken breast?
Chicken breast, peppers, onion, and then just some Old El Paso seasoning. I like the smoky barbecue. Into the wok. And that's it.
Any carbs, anything in it?
I never really count it, but I think there's about 10 grams carbs.
In the entire thing?
Yeah. And then I'm just going to add it in on top of a salad, because then it's like a bowl rather than having the carbs from the tortilla wrap.
So I'll be having some of the sun-dried tomato rice because it's tasty and it's easy and the macros on it are pretty solid. So add this in a 100-gram serving. You get 2.4 fat, 23.9 carbs, 2.8 protein, but we're not really counting. I mean, you count it, but you're not really looking at rice for protein. She bases the dish with this chopped tomatoes with chili peppers. These are insanely low. Per 100 grams, 0.2 fat, 4.2 carbs, 1 gram protein. That's your lot. You're going to use how much of that?
Probably about 100 grams in a whole dish.
So if you were cooking en masse like you would be here, ideally, if I was going to be making this, I'd be making like 4 portion loads of it. I would log the whole thing as an entire batch. The easiest thing to do is batch preparations. Cook in mass, log the whole lot and eat it as and when you want throughout the day. You don't need to worry too much about timings. The main goal is your target set every single day. That's your main goal. You can break it down to timings after that if you want to when you get better, but end of day goals, that's your number one. Here's another thing, as long as you're like within kind of 5 to maybe 10% of your target range, you're pretty much going to be okay. Otherwise, you know, doing things like this and prepping, you would drive yourself insane trying to get it perfect to the gram. So be happy, within 5% of your target range, you are good. There's nice little things that you can add which are protein boosters, like the quark, high protein, nice. Do you call it cream cheese or is it a yogurt? They call it a cooking cheese. Macros on this per 100, fat 0.5, carbohydrates again 4.3, and protein 12 grams per 100. It's low fat, it's low carb, it's more protein than it is anything else. It's the alternative to sour cream. So if you're a sour cream lover, then give this a bash. Don't forget you can also add things to that, mix them through to give it a bit more flavour, like, I don't know, cumin, paprika, something like that. Now, this is where our choice of supplier things comes in. Now, we have a lot of specific food in the household because we get food from Muscle Food. So we have protein cheeses. These have been a regular staple of our diet for years. You know, they've been around a long time, but you can get these. You can get it from Muscle Food. Link is in the description with a discount code for you guys if you want to take advantage. So if you just want to give them a go find them and try them. I highly recommend the cheeses. They're very, very good. Per 100, fat 2.9. Most cheeses are between 20 and 30 grams per 100 of fat. Carbohydrate 1.8, so don't really need to worry about that. And the protein 35.5 grams, 35% protein. So a really, really nice little addition to make any meal taste good. You throw that on top of toasties, you can throw it on top of some healthy pizzas to help bulk out the protein, bulk up the cheese.
Scrambled egg.
Yeah, chuck it in with the scrambled eggs alongside some cottage cheese. And these are the tricks of the trade, is to find things that you can add in that are readily available, easy and quick to use, but bulk up your macros in a positive manner. If you don't have these things and you're eating bland chicken and rice, even if you're following macros and hitting good targets that are sustaining you and keeping you full, you're gonna get bored, you're going to get sidelined, you're gonna get pulled in towards all those nice tasting things. The trick about dieting isn't just hitting your numbers, it's hitting them in a way that you find enjoyable. If you don't enjoy something, no matter what it is, diet, work, training, spending time with a certain person, if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to be enthused by it, you're not going to do it to your utmost, and inevitably it will crumble and fail. And this is a steadfast rule that you need to drill into yourself. So if you hate something, fucking change it. There's no need to. If you hate someone, get rid of them! If people in your life are causing just a fucking negative, just cut them out. Right now, here, documented, 2017. Lex, cut idiots out of your life. Most sensible thing you heard today. Normal bowl, big ass chipotle bowl. What do we call this? Volumizing. Volumizing is a thing that will also help keep you sane and full. Tricks of the trade for volumizing are using low impact sources such as salads, veg, greens. What was that thing you had? Pastry, right, something?
Oh, soy pasta.
A soy pasta.
Regular fettuccine is 70 grams of carbs per 100. This is 20. That's the difference.
Dried weight, it was only 20 grams per 100. That's crazy. So imagine 100 grams of dried pasta and what that would cook into a volume of. That's what that was. And it was what?
It's a soya fettuccine. They have it from Muscle Food. They have it in a white one and a green one. And I tried it for the first time this week. And I'm a pasta lover.
Pasta lover, pasta monster, very similar things.
But as someone who loves pasta and has tried all the different protein pastas out there, low carb varieties, this one tastes like pasta.
Another good one is bean sprouts. That's really good for packing stuff out, especially if you like making stir fries. And again, don't be afraid to use like the dried spices that we're using here, the old El Pesto things. They add a shit ton of flavour and will make a boring chicken and rice dish something actually enjoyable. Little things go a long, long way. So 50% of the chicken spread across the 2 bowls, weighed out on the scales. 150 grams of rice. Now adding some sprinkles of cheese on top. How much is that?
That is 5.
That's 5 grams. Look at all that cheese for 5 grams. Look at that mad Laney. Never stand within biting range of a hangry Laney. Whoosah. You done? What's that?
There, that's about 25, yeah.
So you can see, look, no bullshit. 25 grams, and look at the amounts completely covered in cheese, and that will start melting in with the heat. Laney's advising 50 grams of the quark for the size of the portion we're having. 6 grams of protein, 2 grams of carb, no fat. The scale I showed you before, this one, doesn't do minuses. That's the downside to it. If you do minuses, you can just zero it off with whatever you've got on the scale and take out what you need. It is kind of easier. So there you have it. An entire, gorgeous, really well flavoured, satisfying meal. High protein, moderate carb, low fat, macros on the screen now, that you can very easily make yourselves from any high street supermarket. I can't promise it'll taste as good as how she does it. Is this on your channel?
I have fajitas on my channel.
Okay, so check out, link will be in the description for fajitas video from Lainey. I have linked it before. Make sure you click it. You might learn how to cook something, because once you apply one rule for cooking one thing, you can put it to others. Right, bugger off. Let me eat this. It'll be about 30 minutes since I let that meal settle in. Now to go training. I'm going to have intra-workout 2 small tangerines, or clementines. What are they actually? I don't know what they are. They just call them easy peelers. So they're like for kids anyway, but they're tiny versions of clementine. Literally you can weigh each one, make sure that you weigh it without the skin. 83 grams minus the skins, which come in at around about 7 grams each. So if we take off and we call it 70 grams. Chocolate orange cookies, go aheads. So you should be able to pick these up at any mainstream place. Give me 2 seconds, I'll get you. 17 grams of carb, 2.4 fat, and 1.6 protein. We don't care about protein, but 17 grams of carb, plus my 70 grams of these. Anyway, whatever it is exactly will be on the screen now, and that will be my intra workout. Then we'll come back, food, and then before bed we'll be hitting up a super Popeye-esque shake.